Raise your horns high and let your spirit flow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show. Feel the rush, let the loudness grow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show.
Metal riffage in him. No, yeah, just no.
Yeah,
So.
no way. All right. So let's shift gears here.
Yeah, we got a couple other topics.
All right. So if you remember, we have the Dokken interview that we didn't do anything with because of Don's condition. But I think we can play, I think we could play a couple minutes of a portion of it. This is where I'm asking him about the 80s cruise, and he mumbles his way through it a little bit. And then we can get to a good stopping point and maybe break down further more of the clip, maybe when Andrew's around. So then that way we can really lay into this. But if you'll see, he's got his little red cup, so that'll make an appearance here at some point. And then I don't think this is where he takes a walk to the pantry to grab something else. It almost looks like it's like a White Claw or something. But anyways, let me see what we can do here. There it is.
I'm surprised it wasn't a solo cup Wendell style.
It is actually.
Oh,
it is, and it is an actual solo cup. So there we go. Can you see that?
It's trying to share
there
right now. Let's see what.
Right,
there it
so
goes.
there
Yep, there it is.
All right, so there we go. So let's we'll play it. Let's see if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, we'll pause it and fix it. But I think you should be able to hear it.
There you go.
Can you hear that?
You just got back from the 80s cruise. That particular experience, had you ever done the 80s cruise before?
No, we did one cruise last year. It was called the Kiss Cruise with Kiss.
Okay. Yeah.
And this cruise, I was shocked. There was 20 bands.
Keep in mind, the Kiss Cruise wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, we're going to be, as ladies and gentlemen, as we go through some future segments and episodes of the classic metal rap show, we've found some multiple instances where Don's timeline is way off, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. All right.
Bands on that boat, 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy mackerel. That's a lot of bands.
Yeah, it is. And it was mixed. It wasn't just hard rock bands, right? They had some of the new wave and pop artists on that one too.
Oh yeah, I went and watched Adamant and all kinds of cool bands.
Sure.
They were all out there, but and it was tragic what happened before we even set sail. But
you know what that was referencing, right?
No, was he referencing with that one?
Faster Pussycat.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I forgot of it.
Yeah. So this interview,
someone went overboard.
Keep in mind, this conversation here took place on April Fool's Day. That's how long this thing has been just kind of in the can. But
gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about
that. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
For yourself, I mean, it sounds like Adamant was somebody that you caught. Any other acts that you got an opportunity to check out that you wanted to?
Oh, this is his internet kept on cutting out.
All right, so you dropped out.
You froze.
I was basically asking. You caught Adamant. Was there any other acts that you got an opportunity to check out?
Most of them, because we had suites kind of on the starboard side. You could kind of look over the balcony, and they had bands playing on the bow and bands playing at the stern and in the theater at the same time.
Sounds well versed.
So it wasn't like just next band. So I just picked what I liked.
Nice,
Captain Don.
I left and went and checked out another band.
Overall, I mean, do you enjoy that particular experience as a performer / artist? I know I've been on a handful of the Monsters of Rock cruise, and I think for me, it's kind of there's been a couple that have been pretty good, and a couple that haven't been as great. From the standpoint of a fan.
I didn't like it. I won't do another one.
So that was it for you, huh?
Oh yeah, we did the Kiss cruise last year, and then
It wasn't last year.
I've been saying no for 15 years,
Right.
and
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Well, we'll give you more money. I said, no, no, I don't. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit in a boat rocking back and forth. And the other thing is just like you can't really enjoy the cruise
Hmm.
because if I go out there, let's say, and there's this VIP area with a little rope that for the musicians, but they're still coming up and asking for autographs and asking
Right.
for photos. We're all my boys and I were all sitting down trying to have a quiet sushi dinner on the boat, and I'll say, guys, can you just wait till we're done eating our dinner?
Right.
I got a fork halfway in my mouth, and they want autographs and photos right now.
Wait a minute. Who do you think is holding the fork? Time
Okay,
out.
hold on.
Time out. Time out. All right.
I don't. I haven't been on the cruise, so you tell
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Most of these artists have assistants, helpers, agents, managers, someone with them that's helping guide them to these things, or are these just people on
I
the
think-
ship with no?
I think what I don't know. Again, the cruises I've been to, I think if you recall, anybody that I think I mentioned, remember the Piercy thing where he kind of, they kept him hidden out,
Yeah.
except for maybe a couple occasions where you see him and it's real brief because they're scooting him out these side doors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to be away from the riffraff, or the fans, they would make it happen because there are some people that you never see. I mean, I never saw Alice Cooper when he headlined that cruise that I went. They kept him kind of in his little area, and they probably brought him his food, and he probably
That's my
did
point.
get out, but it was
Okay.
a artists only area.
And if he did go out, he had someone with an evil size guy
Sure,
or
yeah.
someone with him to make sure that the
Correct, yeah.
nut jobs and the women who are throwing the panties or I
Mm-hmm.
made my kid after you and all this shit when he's trying to get his spaghetti at the fucking buffet is not fucking with him. The problem is this: either Wendell's not doing the job or Don's too cheap to pay for it. One way or the other, he ain't got, because he should not be eating a meal with John Levin and these guys and have anyone approaching them that they don't want if that's what they need to do. There's the cruise would give them a place to eat or a place to do this without fanfare. And someone like me would be out there at the fucking door or wherever the nearest spot is that people are entering and saying, you ain't talking to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
My example is this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
One time years ago, Evil's at a casino in Las Vegas. Tom Jones is playing the theater while I was at the MGM. I'm not a Tom Jones fan, but I said,
Right.
I'll go see Tom Jones. I went
Sure.
to pick up a couple tickets, go down to the theater, see Tom Jones. The next night at the casino, on his off night, I go to the steakhouse to get dinner, and it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big guy standing there, bigger than me, telling you can't go in there. Why? Tom Jones is eating dinner. You come back in an hour. That's it. He's not letting anyone in there because Tom Jones is having dinner. So I'm saying when you have a certain amount of star power, you need to have a dude that's there telling these people, leave him alone. He has to shit, eat, sleep, whatever it is. Your mic's off, I think, again, bro. So, yeah, I'm not hearing your microphone.
That same cruise
Yeah.
was when it was Cooper, because that one took place during the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
So it was like we were watching the Super Bowl on the big screen out on the deck on the pool stage. But after that, one of the even somebody like Nita Strauss, who's the guitar player in Cooper's band, she had crew security walking her through.
Thank
I mean, yeah, I mean, so she had two, and that's just somebody that's moderate success, right? I mean, compared to Cooper.
Not Don Dokken.
Yeah, it's
I
not
mean,
Don
Don
Dokken.
Dokken, he should at least have a guy. And I'm not
Right.
saying Wendell is capable or incapable. I don't know what maybe just Wendell's hanging out being a friend. I don't know.
He's
I'm just
collecting
saying
the
Don,
money.
well, I'm guessing Don just doesn't want to pay for it. But I can't imagine,
Right.
dude, I'm telling you, Don, I know guys,
Yeah.
they would do it for you for not as much as you're thinking to go around and say, on these dates when I'm traveling with you, you don't get fucked with other than when you want to. You know, that opportunity should come when there's a meet and greet and a thing, and he's signing
Right.
here for these 2 hours, and you get in line and you bring this and you talk to him, and then you go. And then if he's eating, sleeping, rehearsing, getting dressed, whatever, people don't need to be fucking with him. So that's, I mean, clearly, in my opinion, a lack of organization on Don's
Mm-hmm.
part,
Mm-hmm.
notification to the cruise people that he doesn't want to be bothered and he wants to be left alone in his suite,
Right.
and have someone like me would go get the fucking food and bring it to your room. Don, you sit in the fucking chair and eat until it's time to
Right.
go on the stage, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know,
Right.
there's ways to navigate that. They're not being handled, apparently. That's what that sounds like to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand maybe not wanting to be on the rocking boat thing. That's kind of something that's kept evil off cruise ships. And because I've gone
Mhm.
deep sea fishing, and even
Yeah.
with the Dramamine
Right.
shit I was hurling, so I'm not exactly the guy who could handle the whole all the time either. But other than that, if the payday, it shouldn't be because your fans were on the cruise, which is what it
Right.
sounds like he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh, and I was laughing earlier because him giving you, I could see him in a captain's hat going, meet me at the starboard bow at 3 p.m. or 1500
I think that's
hours.
what it was. So,
I think,
anyways, let's play some more, huh?
Captain Dokken was leading the ship.
Here we go.
And if I don't do it right, then I'm an ass. So it's a no-win
It's a
situation.
no-win situation, especially if they catch it on their cell phone or something, right? Then
Yeah,
they'll
but
post
cell
it.
phone changed the world.
Yeah, no kidding. No, I get it. I mean, that sounds, yeah, it would be taxing. I mean, I know on a couple of the cruises, one of the awkwardest things that are, when people ask for an artist, they're rolling out of the restroom and they're like waiting for them to come out and they have a CD booklet or whatnot for them to sign. What about Don? How do you handle situations? Because I've seen it firsthand where an artist is gracious enough to do some autographs, and then you have a guy roll in with like a backpack full of stuff.
Ruben,
It's
well, I did
it's the it's the April Fool's internet gremlins, I think.
well, it's the wind's blowing about 60
Oh,
New
miles.
Mexico could
That'll
have
do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
I'm looking out my window and the trees are like bending over.
So yeah, he was having internet issues. I don't know. I mean, it was just kind of weird how everything that could go wrong probably did, and then he had the meltdown at some point. I forget when or where it was here, but yeah, his internet
Gotcha.
kept on going out, and then I don't know. There is a point in here where it completely dropped out, and then I had to call the PR guy to reconnect him, and yeah, it was kind of weird. But all right, we'll
Gotcha.
play some more here.
Over
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
my estate, and I'm like, oh my God, it like looks like the end of the earth.
Yeah.
And they
So
warned us. So
yeah, so my question to you is how do you handle the type of fan that rolls in with like a backpack full of stuff, especially on like these cruises where it's like, your time is precious, you're limited, you want to enjoy yourself a little bit, and you have somebody rolling in with like a duffel bag full of like booklets and memorabilia. I mean, at what point do you cut somebody like that off?
I was trying to figure out how he would do that with him just signing things as DD now. That was like his only. That's how he signs stuff is just DD because he can't sign his full name. But yeah,
Off.
I don't sign them all.
Yeah,
It's not fair to the person behind them.
true.
I understand they're real fans. They drug 20 Dokken records on the cruise, and then next week it's going to end up on eBay.
eBay. I knew it.
And I'm like,
True.
okay, here we go. I know better,
Right.
when they'll say, no, you got to sign it right here. And
Oh yeah,
it's got to be in silver. And I said, I thought this was your personal record.
right.
No. They're going to put it, they're hoping to get some on eBay to pay for their cruise ticket.
Sure. It's like, what
But
was
I
your name
can't.
again? Dave? You write Dave
Yeah.
on that.
Well, that's how you get away with doing that is you ask for their name and personalize it. That way they can't monetize the fucking thing, right? But so
That
what do
would
you
be
think?
one
I
way
mean,
of
what do
doing
you
it.
think of Don's thing? He did say something nice where he's just you have to put a stop to it, and it's not really fair for the other people. So that's fair.
And I do agree with him with that. And again, if he had proper assistant, someone like Evil would look to them right when they walked up with the backpack and said, no. 2 or 3 items
2 or 3
max.
items
That's all you
max.
got.
Yeah.
Pick the best ones you want. The rest of this got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's again.
Do you think, though,
if you're at a Bret Michaels meet and greet back in the day, and Big John's staying there, and you pull up with a fucking tote of 85 fucking Poison T-shirts and pictures from fucking Bop magazine with Bret Michaels, you think Big John's going, yeah, bring it all up here and throw it on the hell no.
It's like I leave my vinyl.
You're lucky I don't just bump you out of the line altogether with no autograph, right? I mean, if you're nice, you say pick 2 or 3 out, and the rest of that's got to go.
I need all my cassettes signed and all my CDs and all my LPs.
I've heard of dudes who would just say, "Oh, you violated the rule of the 2 or 3 item policy or whatever the rule is." They usually have a policy, and then you violated that, you're out anyways, and you get nothing. You get out of here.
Then you don't get shit signed. Oh man.
Yeah. So not something I would recommend people doing.
Hey,
by the way,
what album do you think that is up here? I mean, it is platinum, so it's got to be. I can't make out what it is.
Would have to be under lock and key.
Oh, you know what it is? It's Dysfunctional, I think.
Oh, I didn't know Dysfunctional platinum.
So
probably did over time. Yeah, probably got platinum for that. Most of his stuff I think has gone at least gold. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
not the newest stuff,
but I do think that is the last. That is the last decent Dokken album. I mean, I think Lightning Strikes has some moments, kind of like we were talking about Megadeth. You know, there's like
a couple
2,
songs,
3
on there,
good songs on there that are solid, and then the rest.
Erase the Slate had a couple good tunes.
Yeah. And okay,
but not a full album. I don't like it. It still lacks. There's like 4 good songs.
Right. So okay. So I don't know if we want to play any more. He's getting he's getting kind of grumpy. I think at this point he's grumpy. You could tell he's pissed. But you haven't seen
some of it's not. You could tell probably the weather factor, the connection issue. Yeah, that's all.
I think it's a mix of he knows that somebody put that in his head about something I didn't say.
Yeah, he weather seems kind of from the outset of it, like he's just sitting there going,
I'm just gonna phone this in or zoom it in. All right, well, let's watch a couple more minutes.
Let's see what he says here. Yeah,
but I can't. It's not fair to people to cut him off, and I don't want to be rude, but I don't want.
He doesn't want to be rude.
That's why that's why you hire me, someone like Evil,
and saying
that's our job.
950 these, and I'm like, not right now.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm probably getting to dinner or sound check and go hang out with the boys, and so if they think I'm a shit, then I signed 5 and I'm done.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent number. But okay, so 80s cruise, you like some of it not so much. You won't do another one. So what if Gene and Paul try to lure you back for another one? I mean, do you think they can do that, or are you kind of really, really done?
Big swig.
This one was probably a different experience.
I think at this point he's like, this motherfucker, he just keeps asking questions. I want to just get my drinking going.
No, we're not going to. I don't want to do it.
Period. You're done.
Period.
Okay. Got it.
I spent 90% of my time in my room, sitting out on my patio.
Wait, so if he's in there 90% of the time, when are people bugging him about jamming sushi down his throat?
That would be a prime question to ask. And how, if you spend 90% of the cruise in your room and you're sitting at home in New Mexico in your room, what's the okay. I'm not saying it's as comfortable. I'm just saying if you have a TV and a bed, a shitter and whatever. I'm thinking maybe the cruise has a nice window. Probably Don Dokken's got a nice window view outside the cruise ship to see the ocean. And I'm just saying it's not a bad. I'm not saying it's not a bad. No, that's my point. You're not. It's not a torture chamber. You're not in Guantanamo Bay there, Don.
Yeah.
So.
He's not at Alligator
if
Alcatraz.
He's in the room 90% of the time, and he's on the stage for 5% of the time. That leaves about 5% that he would be outside his room that someone could even interact with him.
Yeah. Well, this is starting to get painful even for me rewatching this. So let's just watch a couple more minutes.
Yes.
My new book, George Harrison, The Reluctant Beatle. It's about 500 pages, and I love the Beatles. And that sat out. That was the nice part. It was beautiful weather.
That was it.
Looking over the balcony, the ocean going by, and the waves. And I just read my book.
Yeah.
It was time to go do the show. I went and did the show.
Now, Dawn, I mean, I've kind of wondered how much gas do you have left in the tank? I know you
Oh,
have, health stuff,
this might
you're
have
addressing
offended him.
that and stuff, but at what point do you
Yeah.
go, hey, I'm just going to shut it down and ride off into the sunset? Or is that even in the cards for you?
Probably. It's funny you mentioned that analogy when I just came back from LA about 6 days
Oh,
ago to the Jack Russell Memorial
I
of the
think this is
Whiskey.
where he says that I said that
And the
he.
last show,
This is getting to that part. I think we may save this
Okay.
one. Let's save this one for Andrew when Andrew's in
Yeah,
because he
Andrew
mentioned
may
Jack
want to sit
Russell
in during
and
this.
yeah, let's just cue this up
Yeah,
next time and we'll pick it up right
yeah.
here because at some
We're
point
gonna
then he
have to
goes,
bring
I
Andrew
heard
on.
that you and I was like, I never said that.
Yeah,
So
we need to wait. Andrew,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, has some pretty strong thoughts and has also unearthed some other clips we're going to play where Don's timeline, dates, some of it's just out and out bullshit. Some of it's, I'm going to guess, exaggeration or something. And then some of it's just, he just can't remember things right. He just it doesn't. And that might be age. I'm not knocking him for that. I mean, everybody's gonna
right.
get old, but if you don't know, do what evil will do. I don't know.
But as
you
you
know?
can see, I mean, it's just like low energy, just kind of pulling teeth
He seemed like he was, yeah,
and
yeah.
and keep, believe it or not, let me look. Yeah,
And
there's
ladies
still
and
like
gentlemen, the
there's
reason
still
why that is because he's going into this
yeah.
knowing from Neely's
Hmm.
chirping in his ear about this guy and what he's going to do, let's say, or
And,
questions are going to be asked.
and believe it or not, I mean it looks like there's still 38 more minutes of this shit. This is torturous.
Whoa, yeah.
So, but we'll at least play that
Well,
other portion
y-
when we
yes,
get Andrew on board,
Andrew,
because I think this is a
yes.
good stopping point because this is where things get, he says some nice stuff about Jack, which is cool. I mean, because I
Mhm.
know they were friends. But then he shifts gears from having this kind of a really cool moment to the, yeah, you asshole, you said I ruined his memorial. So yeah, let's save that because I want Andrew to get, I want to see Andrew's reaction for that one because that'd be fun.
And it kind of says a lot though when his reaction is that you said I ruined the memorial. For like
Right,
if that did not come from Neely, then that's an assumption Don's making in his head, which may
right.
tell you he's guilty for. But what I'm saying is, in no way should that have even been the way that even was really reported. It should have been you didn't like my performance at
Hmm.
Jack's memorial. That's you're questioning the quality of my performance at Jack's memorial. That's
Yeah,
really what if
sure.
someone could say that would
Right.
be accurate. But
Yeah.
Don would never think of it that way. It was I ruined the whole memorial, and no one
And then,
would even.
yeah.
And even then, we pointed out, Dawn, had you just taken
Right.
one day prior to go over the song and the lyrics and the
Hmm.
melody and the way that melody comes in on the chorus, and you just caught the chorus, bro, catch the chorus when it comes around, you would have looked a lot better. But
Yeah.
sounds to me like you didn't even know the words unless they were on a prompter in front of you. And I don't know what was going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
not a
know.
good performance.
Yeah,
And
it
he
was
knew it.
not
That's where it's kind of guilt. He's at this guilt showing through there. Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me look at something here because
Yeah.
you are aware that I think Drakey Poo wanted to engage into a war of words or something earlier this week. I think
Yes, I
with
was.
and I went on there and I just kind of put a laughing clicked
Mhm.
laughing emoji or something.
Mhm.
Mostly because the dude's a clown. I mean, I'm not going to engage with him. I've said everything I needed to say about him, and he's just a clown. But look at
Mhm.
this. He's got the, I don't know what he's doing here, but there's those jeans that you talked about older dudes wearing those kinds of pants. He's got no bozos, but he's the biggest bozo, in
Of all time.
associated with the CMS. And then it's Star Wars fucking tattoo. I mean, the guy is such a dork. He really is. I don't get it.
I don't even know. Okay, I was trying to figure out, I hadn't really processed how to address his fucking nonsense. Let's
Yeah.
just call it what it is.
He's just trying to
So,
get attention,
number
I think.
one, when I go on Facebook for some reason, and I showed this to Andrew in the
Mhm.
group chat, that when I try to make comments, it won't let Evil or the CMS wrap up show comment on that thread for whatever reason. I don't know how that came to be or why
I think he's
censorship.
blocked you, I think.
Well, I'm wondering if he has found the Evil Keneally, because again, I'm sure some
Mhm.
of the people adding the Evil Keneally page he saw, that Facebook suggests something's gone on. I can't
Mhm.
comment. I can't say
Right.
anything. As usual, what he likes to do is take shots at people like you and me,
Yeah.
and then do it in a forum in which there is no ability for Evil to
Right.
respond, because that's what he doesn't want. He's afraid of that.
Yeah.
So let's just call it like it is. What I'm going to say, number one, he openly talks trash about Jason Lundgren. Jason Lundgren has openly told anyone in the CMS universe, and Drake knows this, that he's autistic.
Mhm.
So when you pick on Jason Lundgren and his posts or his comments or his thoughts or whatever, you're essentially picking on someone that has a disability of some sorts. Is that a quality human being? Is that someone that this child should be looking up to and respecting? Hell no. This motherfucker's a joke. This is a piece of trash. I know bikers that if we saw a dude picking on someone disabled, mentally challenged, whatever, a woman, a child, we're going to thump you, dude. We're going to beat you into the ground straight up on principle, because of what you're doing is wrong. So you want to come at me? You come at me. You want to come at Ruben? You come at Ruben. And Andrew, that's one thing. You start talking about Jason,
Yeah.
you are a piece of shit, dude. And you're doing this because we called you out and showed your penguin ass on stage.
Oh shit.
That's why this came about.
Yeah.
Because we ain't heard from you in a long time.
No.
But as soon as we showed you with your BBM Brother Blow
the
Me
physique.
fucking band, the bowel movement, yeah, and his belly and his penguin looking ass on stage with his goofy fucking attire, now he's on Facebook chirping. Imagine that. Dude, again, because you and your 400-pound slovenly friend had decided to fucking censor me and block me out of any way to comment on anything because you don't want to hear it. I got a mic, bro. I got a weekly show now. Nothing you can do. I'm going to say it every time. You're a joke, dude. A joke. A joker. I could say worse things, but I'm not even going to get into that because it's not. The bottom line is, dude, you're a joke. You're an idiot. You're in Ohio wishing that you were something you never was, never will be. And quite frankly, you're a cuck. Go back to the couch with Wendell. Get back on the couch with Wendell and let the real men do the shit. All you do is flap your gums. You would never flap those gums in person. Give me one opportunity to see you in person, bro. That fucking
Yeah.
mouth's going to get shut, and
Right.
not in the way that you like.
And
So you'd be lucky if they had the kid, your wife there. Maybe I would be somewhat respectful and just give you a verbal lashing.
Right.
But if they weren't there, if it's just your brother believe me bandmates, I'm just gonna punk the shit out of you and beat the fuck out of you. And if they want to jump in, then we can do it all as a big man dance. And I'll get my ass kicked, but I'll take it as long as I get those first few shots on old Drakey boy, because he's gonna be unconscious. He's an idiot, and someone needs to set him straight. I can't believe that Aiken lets this fucking fool run his mouth like that.
Right.
So Aiken, that's what he's going to go hide behind. But let me explain this.
He
Aiken's
does.
10 years older than Evil and fucking 150 pounds fatter and unable to even protect your ass, dude, because a fight with Aiken would last 2 minutes before he's huffing and puffing, and then you knock the motherfucker out or you choke him out because he's unable to fucking do anything. He can't even walk around, bro. He's going to fight. He always acts like, I'm going to knock some. You better hope that first punch lands with everything you got, like Mike Tyson, bro, because if it doesn't, you're done. You're done, fat boy. So sit back down. And you can't hide behind him, Drake. You can't hide behind him in his show anymore. You can't hide behind him anymore. And now I'm calling you out, and we're going to keep calling you out. And there's other things that we're going to bring up on this show about you, my friend, because I'm doing our research, and we got other people helping us do this research because they hate you. They hate you.
And remember how
So take your fucking torn jeans. I'm not even saying I'm in shape, bro, but you won't see me in torn jeans on stage with fucking 18 bandanas doing an Aussie tribute that sounds like shit for fucking 100 fucking fat sows at the fucking Ohio Beer Fest, okay? So that's not happening. So he says, "What Evil has nothing going for it." Whatever his comment,
I don't even remember what it was.
These guys know. Ruben and Andrew see proof of what Evil's out doing, and I'm playing in places. You get Show me the photo of
Yeah,
Drake on stage at the
right,
Whiskey A Go Go. I'll
right.
wait. Show
Yeah.
me the picture of Drake on stage at the El Corazon and the
Oh yeah.
Fun House in Seattle, or
There
the
you
Blue
go.
Moon Tavern in Seattle.
Right.
Historic music venues that fucking Eddie
Mm-hmm.
Vedder and fucking Alice in Chains stood, and you're not standing there, bro, because you never played there, but Evil played there. So who knows,
Right.
bro? What are you talking about? Go back to your Rib Fest in Ohio that no one cares
Mm-hmm.
about, because Ohio is a fucking bumfuck cornfield. The second you can come out to California and play in Seattle and LA and Portland and San Francisco and San Diego, then you come talking, bro. Till
Mm-hmm.
then, I don't want to hear from you, dude. You're
Right.
some Midwest trash. You're Midwest trash. You're trailer trash, bro. That's what you are.
I
So
do find
that's
it
what I'm going to give
interesting.
him for now. I
Yeah.
could say a whole lot more,
Oh yeah,
bro, but I'm
sure.
I'm trying to be
And that's
So
why I
ahead.
just went on there and did the laughing emoji, because I think it's hysterical that a guy that ran from the fan group, now wants to engage, and it's like, it's not even worth my time, because he's
It's
he's a
because
weenie.
he has a burner account. He
Sure.
might have been one of those commenters on the YouTube that was
Mm-hmm.
watching the show and finally saw one of them that had him in it, and he lost
Yeah.
his shit, and so now he's going around
Penguin,
commenting where he
the
can,
penguin,
hoping that it
the
gets back to
penguin
us.
clip did it, I think.
Yeah, that was of course, because he looks like a joke. Because you look like a joke, dude. You got called out for it. You put that shit out there, so that's on you, dude. Just like you put yourself out there in a pink bunny suit. You're never gonna find a picture of Evil in a pink bunny suit, bro. Go
Right.
look. It's not out there. Never happening. So you're a joke, dude. No, this picture right here making your stupid face again. Why you gotta make a stupid face in every picture? Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why? Because you're a fucking moron, dude.
He likes
So,
attention.
and I'm all cool. Fire shots at me, fine, dude. Whatever. We're all men. We can take it. We're not even. But when you go to Jason, that
Yeah.
shows your character, bro.
Yeah.
Shows what kind of person you really are. So,
Yeah.
anyways, go hide back behind the CMS and your Star Wars tattoos and your
Yeah.
Wookiee talk on your
Yeah, Wookiee
podcast
talk.
and your
Yeah, that's
Dream
right.
Theater. Let me get on the ground and just get LeBray like this. I mean, that's what you do, dude. You know what I'm
that
saying?
idiot.
And I'm not even knocking James LeBrie, but I'm saying you right now, that guy's got a burnt set of vocals too. He can't sing like he used to and doesn't sound that great. So come on. Dream Theater, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
So I just can't even. I'm not an anti-Dream Theater guy. I'm just saying to make a whole podcast about him. I don't know. I mean, is there a podcast out there about, I don't know, King Crimson? I don't know.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like such a weird band to go out and create a podcast. It shows you where he's at, dude. He's in some, I don't know. So again, I would
Yeah.
never tattoo Star Wars on my forearms.
No. No.
I don't need Obi-Wan Kenobi on my back, or fucking Princess Leia on my ass cheek, or fucking Han Solo next to my dick. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably what this guy has. He's a weird fuck, dude. So
Do you think he
jokers,
has like
dude. You're a
do you-
joker.
Do you think he has like an Ewok tramp stamp?
Yeah. He probably
I mean,
does.
he
right on
might,
his
right?
back where he has to bend over, where he gets pegged from fucking his wife. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Yep, I believe it.
Oh.
If you told me he was one of those furry guys likes to dress up and have shit in his asshole, that's probably one of he's probably one of those.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
So I'm not surprised. At this point, what my beef is again, it's like, do I want to get into this verbal barbling of words that
Yeah.
just means nothing? I'd rather
Yeah.
just wait and pick a date and show up and knock the fucking guy out, just straight up.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
not
what I
even-
like to
it's
do.
not
I
worth
mean,
the
I'm just
trouble.
not even lying.
Yeah, it's not worth the trouble.
So no, I'm most certainly not going to travel to Ohio to find a pink
Yeah.
punny suit fucking idiot. Now, if he shows up to a Dokken show in L.A. that Wendell's
Ooh,
at,
that would be
might be some CMS wrap-up shows popping in there and saying that we have a big rumble. We'll see who's doing what. But Aiken wouldn't be there to hide behind because he wouldn't get out fucking on a plane or leave his house. So it'd be him and Wendell. Ooh,
Right.
that'd be prime pickings, actually.
Yeah.
We could confront
Get them both at once.
once, yeah. But the chances that's ever, he's not leaving Ohio either.
No.
Clearly, his best bet, if he can get over to Chicago or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, or Wisconsin or Detroit, that's as far as this circle is going to go. He's never making it out of it. So good luck with Big Brother's bowel movement blowing me in the middle of the night or whatever that band's about. I don't know, but it's all shitty. And I'm not even, again, there's a million cover bands out there doing the
Right.
Ozzy thing. Whatever. I get it, man. It's the time because it's the pop, whatever, dude. I'm not
Yeah.
even knocking y'all for all that. It's just that to actually act like you're something because you do that is a joke, bro. It's a joke. It's a joke, So, anyways, we'll move on. Jason Lundgren will be back on this
Yeah.
show long before Drake ever makes an appearance. I can promise you that. So,
Oh man.
he actually has even with his admitted situation, he has much more intelligent thoughts and things going on about the music scene than that guy does.
Right.
The last thing I was going to bring up was them, going on about the John Bush thing and just going back to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, like I'll drop everything and be at the Arcada to see Bush,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to see Megadeth and
with
Anthrax
Joey. Yeah.
and Exodus and Exodus with Dukes. And, oh, come on, man. So I don't know. I don't know. Again, what are you talking about, bro? So my thing with the Bush thing, I was seeing more and more I think we were all saying in the chat. And I don't know if this got on the show last week or not, but I think we'd all rather see him with Armored Saint, right? The full band than just and
Right.
and I'm not like well, we might have to do this at some point in time, album versus albums, but we'll do Joey albums versus Joey albums and Bush
Yeah.
album versus Bush albums because
Oof.
like to me, it's like a whole separate sphere.
Yeah,
Really,
it is.
once you get from Sound of White Noise through all these Stomp 442, and I like We Come For You All. I actually think that was one of the better ones. I've said that before. I think I like that one that he did with them. But even that, but there's some stuff in there. I was telling Andrew, I was like, I don't know. There's a couple of them I just don't ever go back to. I don't need to hear. So if he was going on stage to play some of that, give me some Stomp for it. I don't need to hear that, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It wasn't good to me. I just didn't like it. So, it wasn't bad. I mean, it's still Anthrax. I guess they're bad. Again, like a lot of these bands, their bad thing is probably still some other bands A-grade shit. I'm just saying, compared to the catalog, I'm not going to go seek out that and pull it up and on my playlist and do that. This has never happened. So, I'd probably go to Fistful of Metal or something before I would ever go to that one,
Right.
So, but anyways, I just think it's odd that they have such worship of certain people and then other people they don't even acknowledge or want to even, So, and then he goes to that Arcada. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'll leave it at that. He goes to the Arcada. He goes to hang out with Sweepy and his 900 friends. If Dokken can sell, I don't think Dokken sells 900 tickets. Do you think Dokken would sell 900 tickets at the Arcada Theater? We lost your mic again.
Probably a couple hundred though.
Yeah, 400 or 500 probably.
See, I'm having internet issues like Don was having.
Oh,
I don't know what
Gremlin!
the
You're
deal
having
is.
well, it might be the Aiken IT guy. He might be
maybe
Gremlin in
put
here
a
because he
virus on
doesn't.
me or something. But no, yeah, it is weird. But again, the Bush albums, it'd be kind of interesting to do a head-to-head with "We've Come for You All" and "Sound of White Noise," because those are the two better ones I think out of the
Those
Bush
are the ones
era.
I go to.
Yeah.
Yep, those are the two I go to. Yep.
So,
And yeah, like I said, it's not. I mean, it's still all good stuff, but just to even compare something from Joey in those mid to late '80s that I really liked, I'm going to pick Joey. I'm sorry, no offense, John. I mean, there's some cool stuff there, but some of those other albums, I could just go put on one, go through 8 or 9, and I don't need to stop, dude. Just play it all through.
right.
So. But it's just interesting. That's, if we ever actually going to track these people down, that's what's going to happen, Ruben. We're going to have to show up at the Arcada Theater for a show.
Yeah, right.
When Big Brother's Bowel Movement headlines the Arcada, and Aiken and Wendell are doing a remote show in honor of their Drakey boy and his success. We're going to pop in.
Do a Bob Nalbandian memorial of his 10th anniversary of his death or something. I don't know, but band versus brand. You always have to crowbar that in.
Ride that train in there, and I didn't really think those documentaries were bad, but they weren't good either. I definitely
they weren't as great.
Found myself getting bored halfway through. I think these guys travel on.
Yeah, I think the thing that made it, I guess you're right. I mean, they weren't great, but I think what always has me kind of thinking about it is the fact that how great they say it is. They were. Right. I mean, I don't think.
Well, because they're in it.
Yeah, but
it's a self-serving.
Sure.
Once he put Wendell or Aiken in an interview in there, then these are amazing documentaries.
I mean, when Neely's on there, you can almost smell the Axe spray through the fucking screen.
And he. Just like he does with Dawn, no matter what. That was a great show. I guess that's like complete blinders to what everything else was going on during the course of the night's events. It was great. It was great. Bob Nalbandian's films are great. Great.
Awesome.
I binge watched all the Nalbandian stuff while I was having some leftover Quaker steak and on my couch over the last couple of days. His head's like this.
He's just like he looks like a bobblehead. Oh man, he's
like Mac. This is dating myself. You remember Max Headroom?
Yeah. yeah.
Imagine if something like that where we get stuck in his head would be all. That's what like Neely sometimes feels like to me. I'm watching,
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
the classic metal show.
And then
So,
I love when he turns to the side
on
to take a
Rumble.
drink and you see his second chin. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
like
And the
he's
jowls,
gonna
he's
have to-
getting the jowls kind of like hanging off his cheeks there, and he's trying.
He is.
Now, like with the, I think that's part of why he's dyeing the facial hair
So-
and the brows more is to take your attention away from the fact that he's getting really old.
Yeah, I think it brings him out even more. But what do I know, right? I mean, I'm not
And-
exactly a stylist or something, but
Let's think about how a lot of older men, Evil's age and older,
Yeah.
when they start having the double chin or the jowls, what would they do?
they grow hair. Yeah,
To cover it up, dude.
Yeah.
That's why all these old
Yeah.
guys got beards, bro, because they don't want you to see that
Yeah.
double chin. And who wants to look at that, right?
Yeah.
The beard at least, it's not the best. It's still better than looking at your ugly fat face, right? So, hence why. So Wendell just, and now I know the reason why. I'll tell you why. Because he has to go to the salon, and then the
Oh, yeah.
Just for Men dye bill would go up. So they'd be dyeing that shit in there every other day, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well,
he would
there you
never
go.
he would just never go all gray and natural like Evil's doing and just let Mother Nature take its course because
No,
he's too vain for that.
Yeah,
He's
he
gotta,
is.
so.
That's the key. He's vain.
Hence why. Oh, and let's just wrap the wrap up show with this. Andrew is pointing out that because Andrew kind of hits and misses on his coverage, and then he goes back later and goes over a couple of weeks of the CMS and listens in, and he pointed out he's hearing what me and you and Evil was really pointing out a week or two ago, which is that Aiken sounds like he's tired, doesn't really want to be there. Doesn't want to do 6 hours.
No.
So Andrew's always already with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Count the days down. At
Well,
some point in time,
and,
we're going to get an announcement that the CMS is now 4 hours or 3 hours or 2 hours or something else.
And he did more of the ads, and he's gray skin, those bags under his eyes,
Ashen.
the greasy hair. Yeah, I mean, he's just not looking healthy at all. But he's
greasy hair, doesn't
he's
shower?
rejoicing the fact that there isn't going to be a CMS on the what is it on? I guess it's Labor Day weekend, right? Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, no show," and so that's about the only time he came to life.
So he I got a night off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see how this continues to evolve, ladies and gentlemen. And when the CMS finally fails you and devolves to absolute nothingness, it turns into Wendell Neely's Good Time Radio Hour, where he spins the old hits from Chicago all night long for you with some Dokken intermixed in there. And maybe he'll throw in some Junkyard or some of these other bands he really gets off on. But, when it devolves to that, just know that we're here for you. The wrap-up show's going nowhere, and you just tune in over here, and there'll be an hour or two of weekly content for you to digest. It's far more concise, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So I think we're gonna wrap it up right here, and maybe we'll talk to our friend Andrew about coming on to discuss because he has really unearthed some segments that made me go, "What?" Don said what? Why would Don say that?
What?
How could he even in the moment think that was okay? That's number one. Number two, I did share something with you guys again in that chat group that proves that there is someone now listening to our segments who has a lot of CMS history and might be disgruntled by the fact that he's no longer allowed to be on the CMS to give you the date and
There
the
you
time
go.
and the weather and all the facts that he sees. So
Right.
he's checking out the wrap-up show and has actually on social media publicly commented he's going to do so, and we'll see if Evil can turn that into if not an appearance, maybe an audio recording, a message for the wrap-up show.
Nice. Well, there you go. And I think I know who that is, but we'll
Yeah,
wait
you
until
kinda-
it's
I put
confirmed.
some-
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
put
it?
some secrets or put some
Yeah.
hints out there for you guys to figure out. So, all right, y'all. Until next week, let's hope that Dave Mustaine and Anthrax and Exits kicks your ass next summer. And I'm sure if you go to a shore somewhere in Oregon, you might see Ruben and
Yeah.
Evil in the crowd.
Ooh.
You never know.
We might have to make T-shirts
Yes.
for that.
Yes, there. Yeah, we have some CMS wrap-up show shirts available for you.
There you go. All right.
All right, y'all. Bye, kids.